everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now recently I was contacted by Colorya. Now I've worked with this company numerous times before, showing you different colouring books and different suppliers. Now today they've just brought out this new book called Fall Seasons. Now I'll be honest, from the get-go it's not my sort of thing, but I have tested a couple of different mediums on this paper just to give you a good idea. I mean, the illustrations are nice, but it's not my sort of cup of tea. So you might see this in an upcoming giveaway because I haven't the room to keep getting books and not colouring them basically. So it is Fall Seasons. The paper quality is superb. Now when we get to the page, and I'll speak about it a little bit more, I did give it a good test, but we'll just flip through. Lots of floral, and there's houses and landscapes in this. It is a really nice book, but very detailed, very detailed. So if you don't like detailed pages, you're probably not going to like this one. But I'll have to switch it around as we go. But yeah, just lovely pages. I have noticed that this paper feels even more smoother than the rest. Now I could be wrong there, but I will say that alcohol markers work beautifully on this paper. Absolutely beautifully. They blend really well, lay down really well, you know, it's just easy to work with. Prismacolors are a bit, I don't want to say slipper, but you might want a harder pencil to work in these. I did test some Holbein pencils as well. That's a beautiful one as well. You could do a lovely sky background on the back of that one. So let's turn it round. I'll just keep the camera a little bit further back and not keep zooming in and out, because I know that might do you head in. So we've got our farm scene with some sheep. We've got some chickens. But can you see what I mean? It's not my usual style. I do quite like this, and that actually reminds me of Joanna Basford. That reminds me of Joanna Basford. It's a lovely window scene, so you've got some good glass here to practice on. Now this is the page that I almost picked to colour. I was very close to colouring this one, but I did this one instead, the seashore one. Now I did thoroughly test this paper out. I even used watercolour on it. Now the watercolour is a no-no in my opinion, because the paper is so smooth. It seems like it's got some sort of film to it, so when I put the watercolour on, it was like if you put watercolour on this material that was like plastic, it just puddled, it didn't sink into the paper. Now I know this is not watercolour paper, it's not intended for watercolour, but I just wanted to test it. The shiny stuff that you can see is Winsor & Newton ink, that laid down beautifully. And then we've got all alcohol markers and a little bit of pencil over the top. But yeah, it turned out nice and it was an easy page. I mean, and this probably took me about an hour sitting here. And it was just an easy page. But yeah, I did thoroughly test it, and as you can see there, I didn't even put a protector on the back of this. I wasn't really heavy-handed though with the alcohol markers, so that probably helped. So I'll move on to the next ones. I just thought it'd be interesting to test a couple of different mediums in this book rather than just showing you a flip through, so you can get an idea yourself. A nice garden scene. So we're coming up to autumn now, I think, yeah. All the deers. And again, it is spiral bound. As far as I'm aware, all Colorya books are spiral bound, which I do really appreciate. Not having to worry about breaking the spine of the book, because I know that that's an issue for some people. A wine yard though, is it? Or is that me just having wine on the brain? Nice bird scene there. Ducks at a pond. So yeah, we're getting into more wintry scenes now. There's the foxes. Lovely mountains. You could do acrylic paint on the top of them. So a starry night scene. That reminds me of Game of Thrones. Put a castle in a picture, it just reminds me of Game of Thrones. Oh, lovely snowy picture. I do really like this one actually. I do really like this one. With the smoke coming out the chimneys. Another mountain scene. As you can hear, it is super duper thick paper. I will check the back and see if it says how thick the paper actually is. A lovely peacock one there. And that's the last page. Now let's see if it says. I don't think it does. Winter is edging. Spring of watercolour. See, watercolour is a no-no in my opinion. Summer and oil painting, not tested oil paint. So yeah, I don't think that's meant to be. That's just a quote. But yeah, I probably want to put that quote on the back of this book being watercolour, because that's sort of saying to me that you could use watercolour in this book, and I really wouldn't recommend it unless you want that sort of effect that I got, and that wasn't the effect that I was going for. But I will leave all the links in the description just in case you do want to have a little look. Now Colorya are on Instagram as well. If I can work out the links, I will share their Instagram as well in the description down below. Please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.